Decisions, decisions. A friend of mine works in personnel, and he once had to choose between two equally qualified men for a key job. He puzzled over the choice. And then he remembered this incident. On a dreary night, while boarding a crowded subway, one of the men he was now considering for the position was on the subway. Though he didn't see my friend, an older woman carrying a load of books and groceries struggled into the car, looking hopelessly for a seat. The job candidate pretended not to see her and kept his seat. My friend gave up his seat to help. With this little omission of kindness, my friend decided against the man on the subway. Our decisions, even the small fleeting ones, tell a lot about us. Only you can be yourself. No one else is qualified for the job. But don't just talk a good story. Be the living example of it. An old Persian proverb says this: do little things now, so that big things may come to you by and by, asking to be done. I want to leave you with this really good story. One stormy night, years ago, an elderly couple entered the lobby of a small hotel and asked for a room. The clerk went on to explain that because there were 3 conventions in town, all the rooms were filled. Now the clerk, who lived in the hotel, continued by saying, "I can't send you out at 1 o'clock in the morning on a stormy night like this. Would you be willing to sleep in my room?" Looking at each other, the couple hesitated. But at his insistence, they finally accepted. The next morning, when the gentleman paid his bill, he said to the clerk, "You are the kind of manager who should be the boss of the best hotel in America. Maybe someday I'll build one for you." The clerk smiled at the old gent's little joke. But years passed, and one day the clerk received a letter from the elderly man, recalling that stormy night. He asked him to come to New York for a visit, and a round-trip ticket was enclosed. When he arrived in New York, he was taken to the corner of 5th Avenue and 34th Street, where a brand-new building stood. "This," explained the gentleman, "is the hotel I have built for you to manage." "You must be joking," the clerk said. "I most assuredly am not," the old gent said. "Who are you?" the clerk asked. "My name is William Waldorf Astor, and the hotel he built, the original Waldorf Astoria, the most beautiful hotel in New York." The young clerk who became manager was George C. Bolt. The young clerk showed a kind gesture that stormy night, and that, so to speak, was the spirit and attitude of the kind of man the old gentleman wanted to manage his hotel. What about you? Do you refrain from doing little things that could make a big difference to someone else? Never overlook the little things. Faithfulness in the little things can grow to be big things. Giant trees still grow from little seeds. This is Lynda Lewis, and I once heard it said that legacy is planting seeds in a life you'll never see.